As I said that, we haven't hit one, and then, man. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's axiom, a 2 axiom. So it's going to be... Okay, wow, okay. We'll take this. Definitely not a bad unique hit. Hey everybody, welcome back to Decks and Bytes. Today we are going to be doing something truly special. We are going to be opening the Altered TCG Kickstarter Box. Now, if you haven't heard of this game, it's been making huge waves. Kickstarter projects, especially in the TCG world, are always a wild ride. We've seen some amazing ones like MetaZoo and Grand Archive that have blew up in popularity, but we've seen others crash and burn. The biggest concern, does the product live up to the hype? Well, this product has plenty of hype. It had almost 15,000 backers and made almost $7 million on the project. What we're going to be looking for today is 3 key things: the artwork, the quality, and most importantly, uniques. We're going to be looking for uniques like the Spindle Harvester, the Ortis Cadets, the Ortis Gatekeepers, the Ortis Spy, and the Anchored Muna characters. A little bit more about this project is that if you do decide to buy booster box instead of the Kickstarter one, you're going to be getting 36 packs over the Kickstarter has 37. So that's one advantage, is you get one additional pack with this box. Right now it's going for about double the price. But the other thing with this box that makes it truly special is the fact that the way that it is mapped, it comes with a lot more cards that tend to be more valuable. So this box usually comes with 6 to 8 uniques compared to the traditional retail box that comes with 4. So almost double, as well as the rares. The way that this box is designed is that you're going to get more rares inside of them simply based off the way that it's mapped. So some packs have the potential to make up to 5 rares in a pack, or 4 rares in a unique, unlike the regular retail boxes. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this and see what cards we happen to be able to open inside this box. So yeah, have you guys been playing this? Have you guys been opening it? I know for myself, I've been able to open one other Kickstarter box and was definitely not disappointed at all. I think this is an amazing product. As I said, one of the things we're going to be looking at today is the artwork. I think the artwork that they did is simply above the best, simply based off the way that they have the cards designed. And I think that just this box itself is amazing, just through and through. So let's go ahead and open this first pack. First pack magic. Hopefully we can get a unique first pack. Let's see. Definitely excited. I'm going to go play some events coming up at my local game store. And so hopefully I can get some cards today that I can build some decks to go play there with. Man, right off the bat, a fondness. So one of the things I really appreciate about the Kickstarter boxes over the traditional retail boxes is that all of the hero cards come foiled. So as you can see here, they come foiled already, so you don't have to use a foiler if you did, for whatever reason, want your hero to be foiled. If you did want your hero to be foiled, then you don't have to worry about that with this. All right, so as I said, the artwork is absolutely amazing on this set. All of the products that they've released, the Kickstarter, the regular retail box, and the Trial by Frost, the artwork has definitely stood out, at least for me. What do you guys think? Are you guys enjoying the artwork thus far? Are you liking the concept of the uniques where each one is individually different and has its own mechanics? All right, that's an all art right there. That's one thing that's different about this set, is that you can get the uniques. All right, starting off strong with a red. This is one of the rares that I think is quite valuable simply due to the seasoned and the ability right here. And also, another thing to point out here is that this emblem right here shows that it's from a Kickstarter box. So if you see this emblem, that indicates that it's from the Kickstarter box over the regular booster box. It's from here. Some spells. This has been definitely causing some waves lately. This Moonlight Jellyfish, with it being Temporarily benched. Oh, and then, oh, promo. That's huge. Wow. I was not expecting to get this card. Okay. That is awesome. So when they made these boxes, they not only included the foil that you can get. Wow. That's amazing. So I was, you not only the foil heroes, but also the promos. So these promos, a lot of people hunt these promos down. I mean, if you look at it, it's that's an extremely big hit. Even though it's not a unique, that we hit an first pack, hit an alt art, and then on top of that, we hit a promo. That is that's a big first pack. As I said, all of these heroes are going to be foiled. What faction have you guys been playing and what hero? I know recently I've been trying to Bravos out. I've been trying a couple different with him, Basira. I've been trying to make a couple decks with him, Kojo. I've definitely tried to put together some decks involving him and seeing if I can potentially, just due to their abilities, this one giving the boost, and then on top of that, Kojo, where if you go first, you automatically get a token. There we go, Bravos. This is a really good card because it has anchored, and you also get a boost at noon. Loki. Yeah, the biggest waves that I've seen lately are the ones with the spindle harvesters. That it pretty much, if you're running a Faunus, you have to have a deck with at least one. If not, you would like to get 3 of them if you could, but they're so expensive right now. That's one of the things that people that I've been speaking with have been talking about the, as far as the entry to play, where they've been talking, mentioning that they're worried that there's not going to be enough good uniques at the top. My personal opinion about that is that there's enough uniques to go around, and that maybe since they are uniques, they're not going to be the same. Speak of the devil, spindle harvesters, right there, and that anchored ability is what makes it so strong. But I just think there's going to be enough uniques to go around that even if you can't get the exact same one that you want, you'll still be able to get at least something similar. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? You think that? Okay, we got a gatekeeper. That's good. A gatekeeper for a rare, which I think this one's is gonna be a staple for a while, especially if you're running this running Ortis. This is definitely a staple, simply due to the fact that you can, like with this one with the rare, where you pay 3 and then you essentially get 2 tokens, 1 in each expedition, and then you get this card too. So you're getting 3 cards for the price of 1, paying 3. So you're pretty much paying 1 mana per card that you get to play out, which is a huge advantage. Especially with that, if you start, I mean, Waryu's right now bench, so that changes things, but I think they're going to make a comeback, especially with bureaucrats. All right, so we're going to go. Still looking here. But as I was saying with the uniques, is that here's another one that a lot of people look for, unique-wise, is that there's enough to go around that, and there's enough, maybe not this, obviously not the same, but there's enough that everyone can get one that should be able to fit their deck. Helping Hand. There's another one. So if you look at this, even though the rares itself, or we just got one, this is the same 3/3, but instead of creating 2 tokens, you get target character in the other expedition gains 2 boosts. So even the rares themselves have different capabilities, which I think makes the unique distribution not as important. Simply due to the fact that there's enough rares to go around and enough rares to be shared. That's another one. Crate 4, massive card, especially if you're running that hero or that faction. This hero right here, I haven't seen much play with him. You'd think with Wario out, you would see more play of him. But for whatever reason, he's not been played as much. Afanis has been played. Seen a lot of Finn lately. Which was the reason that that promo is so good, is the fact that it's one of the main heroes being played right now. Tooth Fairy, another one of those. Because of the sabotage ability, that's definitely gonna get some play time, because if somebody has, depending on some hero strategy, is they use their reserve as a way to get cards out. If you have a way to sabotage, that's a big advantage. Here's another one, simply due to the 3 boost. That one's kind of hit and miss for me, just because I don't know if I want to take one of my rares and use it and put it in that spot, because over the regular card, I think you get 2 boosts, or maybe you do get 3, but it might be like, here, Finn, again, Finn. So got another Finn, one of the main decks being played. It's always good, especially to have that foil. I think that was a really good, the artwork on these, the fact that the distribution is definitely a huge advantage. I'm really enjoying this TCG thus far. I think they've done a lot of things right. I know that there's a lot of kind of complaints online about how they haven't opened up the marketplace yet, how they haven't started the print on demand. I think once they get that ironed out, this game's going to really take off. But some people are disappointed because they kind of said that they were going to have it done, and they haven't followed through with that promise yet. All right, so we hit the Ortis Cadets right here. Create a token. That's a good rare to have. I like how they also gave you this, the foiler. Having the foiler and being able to choose which one you want to do yourself, I think is a big advantage. I recently played in the Trial by Frost pre-release, and compared to this set, the Kickstarter compared to that, I would say that the biggest thing that I like about the Kickstarter is that you get so many staples. The Trial by Frost, I don't think it's been figured out yet. I think we're still trying to, as a community, we're still trying to figure out what cards we can implement, what cards are going to be. I mean, of course, certain heroes got a buff. Kojo got a huge buff. But this set has so many staples, and at $130, at one point they were $220. They're down to about $130. I don't think that that's concerning. I know some people have mentioned the fact that it was $220, $180 to $220 back in October. Here we are now in February, and it's dropped down from that to about $130 to $140. I don't think that that's concerning, simply due to the fact that the product's new and they just released their second set that sold out almost everywhere, at least where I'm at. Most people have. That's awesome. That artwork. Most places have sold out already where I'm at. And I know that most places online that I've seen are out of stock. The ones that at least were running it at around $110-ish. Most of those have sold out. I've seen a couple $150 ones alone, but I'm not too worried. I think that once they get the print on demand, they get the marketplace open where people can get more cards, access to more cards, start building more decks that they want, I think that this product's going to take off. What do you guys think? Are you guys in that same mindset where you think that this, once they open up, fix the print on demand, they fix the marketplace, that it's going to take off? Or are you under the impression that this product is kind of peaked out, and then the community that's left is where we're at. This is an interesting card. That's, as I was saying, the Moon Carrier, because you can pay 1 and then use this right here, give something anchored for a 1 cost. There's a Puget Manus. Look at this artwork. I mean, absolutely stunning. And I like how the rares have no border. They're the full art cards. And look at this. I mean, just absolutely stunning. This card's amazing. Rin's another one that got a big boost with Trial by Frost. But as I said, so many staples in this set that you could say. This one right here, if you get the rare one, I know that one's seeing a lot of play. Same thing, Or to Spy, the fact that you can sabotage. This set's getting so much play. And even with the new set, people are combining those and still using a lot of these. As I said, I think Trial by Frost just hasn't been figured out yet. So we haven't hit any uniques yet. That's all right. Oh, we might have just hit our first one. This might be our first one. Okay. Let's see. Let's see the mana cost. Okay, 2. Oh, let's see. Okay, let's see what this... As I said that, we haven't hit one, and then, man. Okay, let's see. Okay. It's Axiom, 2 Axiom. So it's going to be... Okay. Wow. Okay. We'll take this. Definitely not a bad unique hit. For a 2 cost, and then if you control 2 or more landmarks, robots you control under the me gain 1 boost, which is really good actually for this faction, because you can run a robotics lineup, and this card becomes extremely valuable running that robotics lineup with this. So if that's for the first one, we're okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there, right in the center, just so that we can keep track of it. All right, that's the first thing. All right, that's one. As I said, I'm expecting 6 to 8 of them. And I know that the regular one, I would only be expecting 4 if it was a regular booster box. But this one, with it being the Kickstarter, no. This another hero, I just think. Because that card, the foiler. And being able to get those foilers and make your own cards foiled, I think is just going to be an amazing... This card, another one, it's a good card right there. There's just so many cards that I could argue are good and that are staples. There's a lot of these that I could say are definitely valuable and bring something to the table, which is one of the reasons why I think this is one of the better TCGs, in my opinion, simply because of the versatility. You know, there's not a lot of TCGs that you can have as much versatility where you could argue that most cards could be playable in the right situation, in the sense of there's some cards that just unplayable. But with this set, with this particular game, I haven't came across too many cards that are just absolutely not playable at all. Now, uniques is another story. Obviously, there's some that are not as good as others. But we're just simply talking about the commons and the rares. I think that most of them are playable, and they all offer something to that specific hero and faction. You know, if you start talking about Pokemon, it's kind of you run this, everybody kind of understands what you're trying to do. Set up this Pokemon. Magic, not the same, but similar. You know, there's definitely combos with this. There's so much versatility. Every game is different and offers something different. So, at least for when I'm playing, every game is quite different for me. Helping Hand. Okay, we got it. We got another one. We hit our second unique. All right, let's see what it is. Let's first see. Okay, it's a 3. Okay, what costs 3? Let's see what faction this is from. Okay, so it's a Muna. Cost 3. That's hard to say. There's a couple of them that come to mind. Let's see what we got. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, pretty good. Simply because of the fact that you can put a card from your hand in reserve. And then you can pay 1 and give another card a boost. So this character is known for giving a lot of mess with reserve. So some are, you can put a card in reserve, you can take a card out of reserve. The uniques that I've saw, I primarily dealt with reserve. Not disappointed at all, because I've seen a lot of people running that, where because of the fact that you can put a card in reserve and then use its ability for free at the bottom. Use the ability and then discard it. So it's a way to definitely offers, like I said, options. This game has plenty of options, especially when you get a unique like that. This card right here, I mean, so, you could combine these two, obviously if this was Axiom, but I know that there's a Muna version of this, is that you can put it in reserve and then play it for free. So if you get the Muna version of that card and then you combine it with that, that's definitely a way to get that out of your hand and be able to play it. So as I said, plenty of combinations. Obviously there's stronger combinations as far as the Anchored with Muna. That's an amazing combination, very strong. And then the Spindle Harvesters with Aphanis, that's another one that's quite powerful. All right, Gift to Self. Been running a few decks lately that I've been looking for a couple of those Gift to Selves. So that's good to be able to finally. I didn't have a play set yet, so that's good that I finally they've got a play set. I'm going to be able to play that. So, all right. Wario, as I said, right now, currently on the bench. Hopefully they get him reworked soon. My hope is that they reworking, don't nerfing too much. I understand that most people were playing him and just dominating, and they even took away Robin Hood, and he still was wrecking people. And they reworked it, still thought he was too strong. But one thing about that I appreciate is the fact that they heard the community. They recognized that people were concerned about certain aspects of the cards and combinations, and they acted immediately as soon as they recognized that that combination was going to be quite dangerous. All right, is this another one? Nope. Okay, just Gift of Self, another Gift of Self. Okay. So yeah, I think one of the key factors of this is that they listen to community. Not every. I mean, if you ever play Magic, Wizards of the Coast are not very good at listening to the community and looking out for the community. Seems like so far they've listened and responded, which is very much appreciated as somebody that's very passionate about the game, wants to see the game grow, and is interested to start playing at a higher level. All right, so the permanent. And that's one thing about, this Kickstarter box over the Trial by Frost. They definitely introduced some new mechanics. And as I said, I don't think we figured out all those new mechanics yet. There we go. Or to Spy. Man, such a good card. Definitely going to be one that I'm going to be running in a few of my decks. I try to have a couple different options, just depending on who I'm going against. Will depend on who I'm going to, what deck I'm going to be playing. So, Koja got a huge boost. What do you guys think about the mana cost and the distribution? Love this one, especially the artwork. What do you think about the mana distribution on this, as far as how you have 1/1, so you have different cost out of. Okay, this one's good. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is another bureaucrat. As I said, I think bureaucrats are going to play a big part in moving forward. I think they got something to spend, but maybe not with Trial by Frost. Maybe they had a lot of bureaucrats, but I think right now the next step probably going to be something a little bit deeper. What do you guys think about the mana distribution? Do you like the fact that you have to kind of pitch cards, get mana, and then the distribution has different costs depending on the first or second time you play it, if it's in reserve or if it's coming out of your hand. I personally like it. I think it adds a different mechanic to the game that we traditionally don't see in other TCGs. Usually it's, it costs this much to play it. And how often do you get to play the same card twice? That's another point that I don't really see too often, where you can play this, have two cards where, ooh, I mixed that up. My apologies here. I mixed that up. All right, so we only got 2 uniques so far. But we got plenty of packs to open, as I said, 37 packs. A lot of packs, a lot of options. We're not getting worried yet. I've also been curious to see about if I've heard that every Kickstarter box, as I said, this one has a Muna. Every Kickstarter box comes with the all art Anubis. Comes with already a foil unique. I'm curious if that's true. That's one of the things I'm wanted to test out today as well, is if we're going to get a foil Muna. I've heard it that every Kickstarter box does, but we'll see. I knew about the heroes, but this is one of the main uniques, actually. It's the #1 rated unique currently. That could change, especially if people start playing Trial by Frost and getting the new mechanics figured out. I think that's going to be more that's true. Okay. Plenty of good rares. We're hitting a lot of good rares. Now, the main question that I think most of you, if you're watching this, either you're watching it because you want to figure out what you're going to get in the box, which is what I do. Before I buy a booster box, I usually would go watch it a couple times on YouTube just to see if what I'm going to get. Or if you might be like myself, watching to see if it's worth it, at 130, 140 bucks, maybe a little bit more, 150. I've seen those as well. If it's worth it. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, and I don't know anything about when it comes to investing in TCGs. I'm a player of games. I play quite a few TCGs. And so I can't advise on, as far as from a financial perspective, as far as my word being considered financial advice. But what I would say is that, in my opinion, strictly based off of what I think, and whatever, if you put any value on what I think or not, it doesn't really matter. If you do or you don't, that's strictly up to you. Is that I personally think at the price tag of 130 to 140, even 150, and you might even catch a deal. I've seen some of these boxes that go as low as 110, 112 shipped. I've seen that. If you can get it for under 150, now let's just think about the math here. If you get it for 150 or less, things are true. Tooth Fairy, another great one, especially if you're trying to run Bravos. If you're going to run it or get it for 150 or less, you're typically, and we'll find out today, you're typically going to get in the ballpark of 6 to 8 units. Now let's just say 6, because the lowest I've saw in most videos, as I said, I do go walk before I buy a bet, is 6. Now let's say that you get 6. Well, we're going to consider the rares that you get, and the rares and the commons collectively in 37 packs. And on top of that, if you hit those promos, things like that, we're going to say that that's $30, Robinhood. $30 worth of cards. I did it again. $30 worth of cards. So that means that you're paying $120 for just the 6 uniques. Well, that means it's going to be $20 a unique. Pause that. We're going to finish that after I'll finish this. $20 per unique. And At $20 per unique, it's going to be hard pressed to find a decent unique for under $20. Now, there is some, if you catch a deal on eBay or if you go to some of these other sites, I've seen them pop up that have them for less, but they're going to be in the ballpark of $20. But you have the potential to get some of the more rare uniques, which have more playability, that are going to run you 40, 50. I've seen them ranging from 20 or around about 20 to 250, 300. So if you're getting 6 of them, you have a 1 in 6 chance of getting a card that's worth more than $20, and you get a bunch of playable cards. So my personal opinion is that it is worth it to get the Kickstarter box if you can get it for under 150. Now, if you get it for less than that, and you start pushing less, then it's going to obviously increase the value of the buying power that you're going to be able to get. So my personal opinion is that the Kickstarter box is worth it. If you're going to play and you're interested in playing it and getting some cards, then it's worth it. But don't take my advice as anything financially stable. It's simply based off of somebody that likes playing this game and thinks it's definitely got its potential to take off. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got this. Okay, it's a 2. It's a Muna. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. This was one of the ones that, okay. The fact that typically you are able to play this for free. Wow. Okay. So you may discard a card from your reserve. If you do, I gain 2 boost. When I go to reserve from the expedition, you may play me for free and I gain a sleep. Okay. So the ability to play that for free and the fact that you can discard a card from your reserve and boost it, and it only costs 2 mana, that is a massive. Now that unique, as I was just saying, there's some uniques. Now, if I was going to buy that unique, I would probably buy that unique for, depending on with the decks that I've been running, I would have probably spent about $30 on that. Me personally. Now, everybody else, some people may say it's worth 25 or 20, but me personally, I would probably pay $30 for that. So as I said, the fact that you're going to get 6 uniques on average, and we'll see today, and then you're going to get 6 uniques on average, and if you just get one that's worth more than $20, then you pretty much have made most of your money back okay. And the fact that you get so many rares really make it, okay. Let's see. Okay. 4. Ortis, 4. Okay, let's see what we got. Amelia Earhart. Okay. This one is a little bit more expensive for Amelia. I have not seen one that's traditionally 4. Most of the time, what I've seen with Amelia is being a cost of 2, maybe 3, but 4. That's interesting for an initial cost of 4, but it's okay. Still unique. I'm curious when we're going to see more play out of him. All right, as I said, we're already at 4 uniques. We're at 4 right now. So let's see if we can, what else we're going to get. Oh, this is a good one. That was one that I was looking for. See, like that one's an all art Kickstarter edition. And I've seen those going for the Kickstarter all art ones. I've seen as low, just for the rare, I've seen that one going for between $3 to $7 for just that rare. So. All right. It's another good one. Another good rare to grab. There's so many rares. Like I said, the amount of rares that you get in this set. And then on top of that, you add the number of uniques. You get the foiled heroes. It's just, I see the value there. But as I said, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. Maybe watch a few more box openings from your favorite creator and see for yourself if you see the value like I do, or maybe you don't. Off you go. Or maybe you don't, which I can respect either way. I understand. I definitely understand the mindset either way you go. Some people like the retail boxes because they're about half the price. You can get 2 of them. And, you're not worried about getting the all arts. You're not worried about getting the promos or the foiled heroes. If you're not worried about all that, then maybe you're not worried about getting the emblem at the bottom that shows the Kickstarter. There it is. Then maybe getting 2 retail boxes. Then it might be worth it to you. If you're not worried about getting the promos or additional stuff, if you're just worried about getting uniques and cards, then maybe that might be the better path for you to go. I don't know. Do your own research. Let me know below. Let me know what you guys think below and what your opinion is. You've heard mine. I'm curious to hear some alternate perspectives. I'm open to definitely suggestions. All right, got another unique. Okay. Okay, it's 1. Okay. Okay. Pretty big hit. I've seen a lot of people running this, especially being a 1/1. At this, you put a card in your hand in reserve. So put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, you may return a spell from your reserve to your hand. So the ability to be able to get this out and play multiple spells, that's a massive deal. As I said, for me, Afanas, I like the ability to be able to give boost based off of playing spells, but I'm not big about if somebody gets it or if you get a dead hand where you're not getting very many spells, sometimes it can be a little rough. But Afanas has just been playing extremely well. I've seen a lot of good matches with Afanas. Okay. Anticipate one more unique in. Like I said, probably the foiled one. I think I've heard that you get a foiled unique in every Kickstarter booster box. So we'll see. Going a little bit faster with the comments. We've seen most of them already. Kind of talked about the main ones. I probably missed some, but we're really just kind of trying to hit that unique. If not unique, maybe a primetime rare. There's still some of the rares, though, I would personally like to get just for some of the decks that I'm building. I mean, this all art is amazing. Like I said, it's only you can get in the Kickstarter. If you don't care about that all art, you don't care about that stuff, okay. If you don't care about that, there may be, you have other options. And I like that they did that. I like that they made it so that you could get a retail box. We didn't kind of keep the value at a Kickstarter box, but not be so worried about keeping the product where you can't get it. And if they would have did different sets, that would have been really rough, simply due to the fact that then the price of the Kickstarter boxes would have been way more and it would have been a lot harder. I don't like the barrier to entry on a TCG to be astronomical. I mean, look at Flesh and Blood. If you want to get into Flesh and Blood, it's going to cost you quite a bit of money to get a competitive deck. At least with Altered, you can still be competitive. Like you just run rares and commons and maybe have a few uniques that are on the lower end, you can still be competitive. I won plenty before I had some of the uniques I have. I was winning games and with just the starter deck and maybe a few upgrades. Another good one. This one's, if you're gonna run, depending on the deck that you're running on, that card's really good for a Faunus. I do a Faunus, Ben, and you could argue there's a couple. I mean, that third spot is kind of up in the air right now. Simply due to the Waru being out. I think when he comes back, that it's going to be interesting to see what the top 3 decks are. Okay. Grand in depth. Okay. Down the last 3 packs. Okay, so we should get one more unique. We should. And as I said, I'm imagining it being the foiled one. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be the foiled. Still can get some of the ones that we were running, I mentioned at the beginning, still have the potential to get them. If not, we already hit some that I'm already thinking about some decks that I could. Okay, here we go. We got that last unique, as I mentioned. Okay. It's going to be a 6 cost. Okay. Loki. Wow. A foiled Loki. Wow. See, as I told you, a foiled Loki. So, the rumors are true that every Kickstarter box does in fact come with a foiled unique. I don't anticipate any more. Not to say that they can't happen. But every Kickstarter box does. Loki, I've seen played less. I haven't seen a lot of decks with Loki in it. Maybe with Tribe of Frost will bring some cards that Loki could get some more love. That's a good permanent. Good. Yeah, just so let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think about buying boxes? This is another one of the main heroes. What do you guys think about buying boxes? You think buying and cracking boxes is worth it compared to maybe this TCG over some of the other TCGs that exist? Is that what you're doing? Are you buying singles? If so, where are you buying them at? Last pack. Are you guys buying singles? Just where are you getting them? And yeah, what are you guys thinking as far as the future of this game? You think it has a bright future? Are you thinking it's gonna fizzle out? You're kind of like MetaZoo, how if you kind of start off with a bang and then kind of fizzle. I'm curious to see what happens with MetaZoo. Okay. All right. Well, that was the whole booster box. Thanks for watching. As I said, we got our 6 uniques right here. We can go ahead and show another close-up of them just to go through them, just to recap. The foil. Amelia. So those are the 6 uniques we got. Overall, I still stand by what I said. I think it's a good product to buy and crack compared to some of the other TCGs that I've played and collected in the past. Generally, you were disappointed when you opened a box. I have yet to open a box of Altered that I was disappointed with it. I've always found value. But let me know below what you guys think. You think it has value in cracking packs? And also let me know what you guys think the potential of this game is. Do you think it has a high potential? What's your guys' outlook? Hit that bell so you never miss another pool. And I'm going to be doing some crazy unboxings coming soon and a deep dive into the meta of some of the best TCGs out there. So stay tuned and we'll see you on the next one.